Hi, welcome to Quietly Thinking Out Loud. Today, during my walk, I noticed that the sun and the clouds seem to be negotiating their jobs. The raining season has arrived, and they appear to be working out their schedules. The sun's the sun is still there, even when hidden for a while, not fully sunny, not quite rainy, just a soft pause in the day. The trees wait quietly, the birds become less vocal, even the light seems a little sleepy. As I look at the trees around my house, I found myself thinking about tree rings. Those hidden circles inside a tree trunk that quietly record its life. And I thought perhaps human beings are not so different. When we look at people, we usually see only the outside, the current version, the surface. This reminds me of a model I often use in my work, the iceberg. Above the water, we see only a small part, but beneath the surface lies much more. Experience, beliefs, fears, strength, and stories that shape the person we see today. And perhaps tree rings are like that too, hidden from view, but quietly recording a life. And within each of us are years that no one can immediately see, difficult seasons, happy seasons, losses, recoveries, moments of growth, or moments of survival. And somehow all of it stays within us like tree rings. As I look at the trees, I found myself wondering, do people have rings too? Perhaps. But in my line of work, we usually call them layers. Trees grow differently depending on the season. In good years, the rings may be wider. In more difficult years, they may become tighter. Growth may be slower, more careful, but the tree continues. I also think human beings are like that too. Some years in our lives feel expansive. Everything flows naturally. Energy feels lighter. Possibilities seem open. And then there are years that feel heavier, years when we are simply trying to hold ourselves together quietly. From the outside, others may not notice much difference, but inside, another ring is forming. And maybe that is why kindness matters so much, because we never really know what season someone survived before arriving in front of us. Sometimes we meet calm people without realizing how many storms taught them that calmness. And sometimes we meet gentle people without seeing how much strength it took for them to remain gentle. And sometimes the strongest people are not the loudest ones. They are simply the ones who kept growing through difficult seasons. I also noticed something else about older trees. They provide shade quietly and generously. They offer shelter to birds, a place for people to rest, and comfort to those who pass beneath them. And they do all this simply by standing where they are. Older trees don't rush. They don't compete with the smaller trees nearby. They stand differently, more rooted, more grounded, more certain of where they are. And perhaps there is something to learn from them. And as we grow older, we may become a little like those trees, less concerned about proving ourselves, less interested in competing, more willing to offer shade, more comfortable with who we are, and perhaps more able to support others simply by being present. And maybe that is why strong roots matter. During storms, trees do not negotiate with the wind. They relied on what has already been built underneath. I think life does that to people as well. And perhaps that is one of the quieter gifts of growing older. Not becoming perfect, not becoming fearless, but becoming more rooted in ourselves. And maybe that is why we feel calm around certain people, because somewhere inside them, their roots have grown deep. And sometimes I wonder whether our experiences become invisible wisdom rings within us too. Quiet records of what we survived, what we learned, what softened us, what strengthened us. Not all growth looks dramatic. Some growth happens silently, very slowly, almost invisibly, like trees. And maybe that is why I like sitting quietly near them. Trees never seem in a hurry to explain themselves. They simply continue growing. Season after season, year after year. And honestly, there is something very comforting about that. Maybe maturity is not becoming perfect. Maybe it is simply learning how to carry our rings gracefully, like trees do. In one of my books, I wrote that our experiences do not disappear. They become part of us, shaping us quietly over time. And thank you for sitting here with me. And if you see a tree today, perhaps pause for a moment. There may be more history inside it than we realized. And wherever you are, be safe, take good care of yourself,